and welcome to Liz at Home, and today's video, which is going to be what I coloured in July, August and September of 2023. It's quite a few months and it's not all that many images, which is why it's been spread over a few months. Some of you know that I've been through a bit of a slump and had there've been some family health issues and things like that. So without further ado, let me get started. I'm going to first show you some of the things that have been used up in those 3 months that are now going to the bin. A lot of them are markers. So there's this touch marker. These are all touch markers, all dry and used up. Touch marker, touch marker, touch marker. Very sad. All of these touch markers. They are inexpensive markers, but they're really not great. I would not recommend them to anybody. It was nice to get a lot of colours at once, and when they're very new and juicy, they were sort of okay, but they dried out very, very quickly. Then I'm very sad to say goodbye to one more of my little white Prismacolors. That's sad. That's going. A very fine point Sharpie is finished. An Artline white paint marker is finished. This is not finished, but it won't work. It's a Pentel Milky Pop. It's completely, I've tried everything and it won't work. This is finished. It's my hybrid dual gold metallic. Luckily I have a replacement. This is an old little art therapy. I subscribed when they first came out, some little colouring pages, and we got markers. I found this quite a useful one. It's a fine liner that's dried out. Finished off another white Prismacolor. So that's two. They were both pretty small. This was an interesting metallic, very inexpensive metallic silver marker, which is dried out. This is an inexpensive water brush pen, dual-sided, a brush and a fine point, and they've both dried out. Another, sadly, a jelly roll that just won't work. Find that so sad, but it just won't work. A Giotto sparkly marker, water-based marker, but that's dried out. Another sort of pastel color, cheaper gel pen that won't work, nearly dried out, nearly finished. Another one finished, won't work anymore. A silver Sharpie, dried out, won't work. Glittery pink gel pen, won't work anymore, it's finished. Another pastel gel pen won't work. And this one, finished klar. And then, whoopsie, get rid of those. A watercolor, gouache, white, finished. So, those are my finished things, and now my colouring pages. I'm in no particular order, so some of them were this month, some of them were last month, some of them were July. And I will just go through them. Let me see. I didn't write on these. These are by Mystic Art Mirrors. And I did a body colour the 1 month on that and the next month with that one, both with Megan from Disney Meg's Colouring. I really enjoyed colouring them. They're both with markers and a little bit of pencil over top, and I don't know if you can see a bit of glitter gold gel pen, but otherwise pretty straight colouring, and I had a lot of fun colouring those. They were lovely, so thank you Megan for colouring with me, and I'll put her page up now. I love both of her pages. Thank you, Megan. Then next, from Cute and Crazy Critters Village Colouring Book, The Fox Family by Fern Brown. This was a September Fox and Friends hashtag for at Jamie's Colouring Love, and she's doing a channel whole book colour along, so every month she's choosing a different image, and I'll put a link to her channel, and you can find the details there. I'll put that in the more information underneath. But this is Fern Brown. All of these books at the moment are from, I buy proper PDFs from the artist on Etsy or on a website, depending on where they're selling them. This next one is from Chris Reiniak's Morning Scribbles, and it was for Amanda's AC Palette Challenge, except for the green, and for the Frogs and Friends Colour Along in July. And I used Ohuhu markers, a little bit of pencil and Neo Colour 2, and then I used a spray on the top. I don't know if you can see the spray. It was some kind of an art spray that we got. This was in July. So any of the channels I've mentioned, I'll try to remember to link them below in case you're interested. Then next, this is from Coloured Caramel, Kawai Mandalas. And I used, this was just for fun. This is printed on Copic Kawai no bleed paper. So this is the back. You can see it's quite thin paper, but the Copics or the alcohol markers don't bleed through. So I've used Copics, and I've used fiber tip pens, and I've used gel pens. So the fiber tip pens, mostly it was just the grey that I used for the Copic. It's a weird and wonderful colour scheme that I just had fun with. I just felt like it was when I was feeling very down. This next one is from Easter Parade by Deborah Miller. I loved that one. I also did this as a buddy colour with Hike Adjust. This was done in August. Here I used alcohol markers and then shaded over top with pencils, and I used some glitter gel pen on the, what you call this little frame thing, and the flowers and various other places. I hope that you can see the shine. That's that one. I do enjoy Deborah Miller's pictures. Then this next one was done from Karla Magana's Aesthetika Synthetika. And it was for blonde with pink lipstick for Noma colouring and various other things. This one I just used alcohol markers. I didn't shade over top with anything. I just had fun, and I used a little bit of glitter you can see on the eyeshadow and around the necklace. These Karla Magana images are so fun. I think this was also for Jamie's Karla Magana season hashtag. I can't remember. Then this was for Disney Makes ABC challenge in August, I think. I used Guanghai pencils, Stabilo fine liners, glitter gel pens, and watercolor pencils. And I used this on Carlson extra blanc paper. I printed it, and it's from Selena Fenwick's Fantasy Alphabet. I is for inspiration. It was for the AC, for Disney Makes Alphabet Challenge, and I can't remember which month. I didn't write it down. It's quite thin paper, and I found it quite interesting to use. Then another one, and I absolutely love this book, which is from Reyda Prints. This was for red hair, red lipstick woman. Used Ohuhu markers, Crayola pencils, Jelly Roll glitter, green and a white Signo pencil, and this was also July. You can see the shines here and there. And I enjoyed colouring this. This was also done from the PDF book. And then this was another one. It was my first of these pictures from It's Rapunzel, and it by Mystic Art Mirrors. I used Ohuhu Pastel Markers Base, pencil, white Signo, glossy accents, and a distress ink background. And this was another buddy colour with Megan from Disney Makes Colouring. I loved this, and this was my first effort with distress inks, and I am enchanted with how they came out. Really liked that. So I don't know if you can see the various shines. So this one I printed big, the others I printed 2 on a page. I'm not sure which size I prefer colouring actually. And that's the end of the PDFs. Now the books. I did show you a full flip through of this book, Colour by Colours, Country Life. This one was with graphite markers and gel pens. And this one, I didn't write down what I used, but I had fun, and I used glitter gel pens on the sky, which was fun. I'm so sorry this is finished, and I'm hoping my new colouring book I got, and again a little bit of glitter and a little bit of metallic gel pen here and there. I'm hoping my new colouring book that's got some colours in it but not printed like this, hope that will also be fun to colour. So that's 3 from this book. And then a book that I'm trying to finish. This is Ils Mandalas. They're just cute little mandalas. I think they're really aimed at teenage girls. But I really enjoyed doing this. I painted with gel pens. I used Sargent Art gel pens, and they were all painted with them except for the gold around the edge and the very fine ones. But if you'd like me to do another video on how I paint with gel pens, let me know in the comments. There is a video, but I can do another one if you would prefer that rather than searching. There's still quite a few pictures for me to finish in this book, so I don't think I'll finish it this year, but we're getting there. A lot of the images in the beginning were messed up by my grandchildren, like this one that I had to kind of save, but had fun. Then in Tabitha Barnett's Majestic Mandalas Volume 1, which I printed the whole book, I did this one. So I didn't write the month. I used Sparkle Pops, Crayola Super Tips, and Crayola Super Tips mixed with water and painted. So for instance, I used the same colors here, but then I put them on a palette and made, like this purple is this pale blue, mixed them with water and painted with them. If you're interested in me doing a video like that, then I'm very happy to do that. Just some fun with super tips, nice and inexpensive fun. Then this one, I just colored. This was a grandchildren's mess that I fixed up. Crayola wax crayons, zested, gel pens, and Crayola super tips. So I often let my grandkids just colour, and then if it's all out of the lines or whatever, I try and rescue it as much as I can. And then this one was Daniel Smith watercolours in the... Gee, I don't even remember doing that. And Pentel Sparkle Pops. I printed this on quite thick paper, so it was nice to do. Should do another one with watercolors in. in a colouring book. I should do that online actually. Then here we have Matchstick Mouse, a floral colouring book. Oops, sorry if I bumped you. I'm sort of leaning around my camera. I did this as a buddy colour. This was a buddy colour with Judith Moyes over on Instagram. I've got some glitter gold paint. This was metallic watercolour that I did the outline of the flowers, and then some silver watercolour paint that I did in the eye. I'm not sure if you can see it. There we go. That's the only one from this Matchstick Mouse. Then in a colour by number, I did 2. Really enjoyed this one. I actually did these stones with my new acrylic paint pens, and they really do cover the numbers and everything so nicely. So then I went over the number of the house. The rest of it was all done with alcohol marker, but then I went over the number of the house and I just sort of used a brush to smooth it out so that it covered the big number. And in a way I felt like doing that on the roof as well, because it's a really cute picture, and it's always a shame to me that the numbers stand out. But I mean, I only really do it for my fun, so at the end of the day it doesn't really matter. Then I did this in July. I can hardly remember colouring it anymore. And I stuck some little stickers on of more flowers, and the glitter, a lot of glitter gel pen on that one. Glitter and metallics. I'm trying to use up my metallics. They often look sort of dull, but I like the feel of them. I'm quite a tactile person, and it pleases me to use them. So that's what I'm colouring for. So that's those. Then I did the collab with Tonja colours on this one. So you've all seen my entire process with this. So it was Lyra Groove, Prismacolor, white gel pen, acrylic paint, folk art holographic glitter, and Staedtler fine liner, plus stickles. And if you haven't watched these videos, I'm going to put a little info card up here to my first one, and then if you look at the more information underneath, I will link Tonja's channel for you as well. She's got a lovely channel, and she colors really, really beautifully, mostly pencil coloring. And I know a lot of you guys are looking for more pencil colorists, and I would really love it if you could pop over to her channel, say hello and say I sent you. She doesn't have a lot of subscribers yet, and she's got a lovely channel. So that's this from Fairy Celebrations by Klara Markova. And then, to be honest, I'm going to open this, and it's going to be a surprise to me because I can't remember. Oh, yes. Wow, was this in July? This was also a video where I showed you how I use watercolor as a background in a Hannah Carlson coloring book. You can see it crinkles. I used a lot of water. Crinkles the back a little bit because it's been standing under a pile since then, and it stained through here, which was sad. I should have put masking tape and not let it go into the join, but otherwise I kind of like how the picture turned out. So that's that one. And then my last colouring page is from Mindful Mandalas, issue 5. This is the Colouring Heavens Mindful Mandalas. One can buy these digitally as well, but I happen to see this in the shop. And this was done this month for Amanda Colours September AC hashtag with the colouring palette. I must say, if any of you have bought these mandala magic, the paper's ghastly. To me, it's not even as nice as if one takes an Amazon printed book like this. This is so much nicer to color on. It's thicker and it's got a bit of texture. This is smoother, and so it's almost like printer paper. It's really not nice. I won't buy another of these if I mean, I've got more than enough mandalas to color, and if I happen to like one that comes out, I'll buy it as a PDF and use my own paper. But so that's that, and that comes to the end of all my coloring. And if you're not interested in the watercolors, then I'll love and leave you and say thank you so much for watching. Otherwise, I'm going to bring out the watercolors that I've done. The first one, they're both actually from Emma's watercolor box. This was in all, I actually think this was the July box. Not quite sure now, I'm a little bit muddled up. But I loved painting this, and I didn't quite get the shading right there, but I'm not sure which. I think this is the right way around. I think it's one of my better paintings. She's such a good teacher. Then this one also I really loved painting. This was done in August. Both of them I painted in August, and they're both on the beautiful 100% cotton paper that you get in the box. So those are my best paintings. And then I haven't done much. In a recent, July, I did this somewhat messy little vase, just felt like painting. And these anthuriums, which I enjoyed painting. And then the quest for the roses, that's a mess. That was just done because I had this little paper and I felt like using it. I was just trying out paint. That I liked, I did in August. And then I did this in my recent unboxing, just some autumn leaves. And then I think I've only done one landscape, and that was this in September. So that was also a painting I did with one of my unboxings. So my painting has taken a back seat. And a lot of my art has taken a back seat through these last few months. But I think I'm back and raring to go. And I would like to say thank you very much for watching. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, then I would like to ask you to consider doing so if you enjoy what you see. And I hope that you'll join me in another video. Thank you and have a wonderful and happy week. Bye-bye now.